We're talking with our sales expert, Andy Shober, at TechCXO, who's in Colorado. I'm in Atlanta. But Andy, let's start with a provocative question. Do we even need outside salespeople?
Bill, it's a fair question right now, and one that I've heard more than a few times lately. And I think if you look at it, you've got to understand what goes into the question first. There's a problem out there. B2B sales and account execs aren't working the way they have been for many years. And there's a couple things that go into it. First off, buyers are frustrated and overwhelmed, and they're letting people know about it. Second, the percentage of account execs in B2B sales that are making their quota each year is dropping. It's been falling for 5 years, and it's now down to about 50% of account execs making plan. And with that in mind, if you're a senior finance exec or a senior leader, it's hard not to look at this and say, can't we be doing something to make it better and to take some cost out of it? Because face it, outside account executives are an expensive proposition. And we're seeing companies make large moves now and saying we need to take cost out. We're going to bring people inside and replace the outside account executives with more inside account executives. But Bill, I don't think it really hits on the main problem there. Part of this is an effectiveness issue that companies are dealing with, whether inside or outside. And those same buyers that are very frustrated today are saying that they don't think the salespeople are effective. They're not capable of having an executive level conversation. They aren't capable of understanding the problem that the prospects are trying to solve, and then how the solution might actually address that. What they're doing is going out and pitching feature and function. And I think if you look at one of the symptoms here, which is companies are hiring more solution architects now to get involved. And what do you use solution architects for? To ask questions, to solve problems, and do this. So I think there's a very good rationale for why you or others are asking the question today, but I believe there's a good case for having them. What we've got to be focused on is increasing the effectiveness of your salespeople, particularly the outside salespeople. They've got to be spending less time on tedious tasks. They've got to have more data, and they've truly got to be able to be problem solvers with your customers. But second, I don't think we need quite as many as we had, but we've got to have them focused in the right places. Are they handling wildly unqualified leads, or are they focusing on the best qualified opportunities with the right accounts, those that are going to buy your solutions and truly have needs, and perhaps even your most strategic ones out there? And when you look at the impact those can have financially properly utilized, the proof has been made time and time again that they can drive new revenue, and they can bring in more satisfied customers down the road.
So maybe you do have too many outside salespeople, or maybe their approach isn't right. But when your clients come to you and they need help, where do you typically start?
Fair question. And for years, Bill's, what's worked best for me is you've got to start looking on the quantitative side. What are the KPIs? Let's look at the organization and the account executives as a whole and look at metrics that I review frequently, like the conversion rate from market qualified to sales qualified leads. What are the win rates out there? Digging into the pipeline. What are the number of opportunities being managed by account exec? What are the ages of those? Are they stalling in certain stages? And being able to first look at the numbers to have a real clear picture of, is it the market? Is it the people? Is it the training? Is it the product? What are those? But by starting quantitatively, it then allows you to dig behind the numbers a bit and take a look more at the people and what's really going on behind it. And with that sort of snapshot, I've been able to prove to clients that you can get a better picture of what's the right size of the force, what are the right people to be in there, what's the training they need to be effective, and even more now, how can they use some of the augmented intelligence, AI, to really boost the effectiveness of their team altogether?
So don't scrap the whole sales organization. Start by looking at a couple of key metrics, and then I'm guessing from instincts and experience, you'll be able to start to identify the real issues and be able to work from there.
Exactly right, Bill.
All right, Andy, that's a great starting point. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bill. Have a great day.